Now, when it comes to spiritual warfare, we normally have two camps. You have those who underemphasize spiritual warfare, meaning they deny the reality of the demonic realm, or they just have never studied it, don't pay attention to it, they don't think it's real, or they just have their head in the sand and just ignore it altogether. Then you have those who overemphasize spiritual warfare, and everything is caused by a demon. The devil trying to steal my house. No, you bought a house you couldn't afford. And eventually it caught up to you, and the mortgage company is not the devil, they just want their money. But you have these two swings that kind of go back and forth, but as believers, we want balance. Somebody say balance. We don't want to swing too far to underemphasizing. We don't want to swing so far where we're overemphasizing, and now you're spending all your money going to deliverance conferences, and now you walk out so fired up, you looking for a devil to fight with, or you're way over here and you underemphasize it and you ignore demonic activity. We can't be that wide a swing. What we want is to be balanced and in the middle of this particular conversation. But I tell you what, if I had to pick one side or the other, I will pick the overemphasizers 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. Because when it comes to spiritual warfare, I know they in the fight. I know they are battle ready and they are tested. You got to calm them down. But I know one thing, if a devil did rise up, I know them folk over there, it's easier to calm people down than to pump them up. And if I got somebody on fire, and they chasing devils all over Tampa, I said, look, bro, just calm down, just settle down. But at least I know one thing. I know that they are in the spiritual fight. Because in this day and age, we cannot underemphasize Satan and the devil's activity. Because it is real. And the Bible tells us to give no opportunity to the devil. And so, how many of you remember, this was back in the 1800s, there were these two families who hated each other, I think around Kentucky, West Virginia, called the Hatfields and the McCoys. Now, the Hatfields hated the McCoys, and the McCoys hated the Hatfields, and they were killing each other, this big family feud. And if you were born a Hatfield, you automatically hated the McCoys. And if you were born a McCoy, you automatically hated the Hatfields. Well, when you were born again, you have a natural spiritual enemy. By virtue of being a child of God, we ought to hate every demonic activity there is in the world today. So we have a spiritual enemy. There is a real devil to fight. And whether you realize it or not, you are in the army of the Lord. And this world is so crazy, we need all hands on deck. We still want balance, though. We still want that balance. And so we're going to go into this warfare of the believer.